In the kaleidoscope of the rainforest, one creature has mastered the art of visibility and invisibility like no other.
This is the chameleon, a reptile famous for its skin, but misunderstood by almost everyone who watches it.
Let's start by breaking the biggest myth. Chameleons do not simply change color to match their background like a cartoon character.
Their color change is actually a response to temperature, light, and most importantly, their emotional state.
Think of them as living mood rings. When they are angry, excited, or afraid, they wear their feelings on their skin. These creatures are ancient, a specialized branch of lizards that have roamed the Earth for over 60 million years.
Their most alien feature is undoubtedly their eyes. Covered almost entirely by eyelids, only a small pinhole remains.
Each eye moves independently, allowing the chameleon to look at two different objects simultaneously, a 360-degree arc of vision. When they spot prey, both eyes lock forward, giving them stereoscopic depth perception for a precision strike. Once locked on, they deploy one of the most sophisticated weapons in the animal kingdom, the ballistic tongue.
The tongue accelerates from 0 to 60 miles per hour in 1/100th of a second, pulling 41 Gs of force.
This sticky projectile can extend up to twice the length of the chameleon's entire body.
It works like a loaded spring. Muscles contract over a bone, storing elastic energy until it is released in an explosive snap.
The tip of the tongue is a mucus-covered suction cup, strong enough to lift prey up to 1/3 of the chameleon's own weight. As quickly as it fires, the tongue recoils, dragging the victim back into the crushing jaws.
But let's return to the color. How do they do it? The secret lies deep within their skin cells.
They have a layer of cells containing tiny nanocrystals. By relaxing or tightening their skin, they change the spacing of these crystals.
When relaxed, the crystals reflect blue light. When excited, the skin stretches, the crystals spread out, and they reflect red and yellow.
Beneath the crystals are dark melanin pigments that can flood upwards to darken the skin, absorbing heat. In the cold morning, a chameleon will turn black to absorb the sun's heat. As it warms up, it turns a lighter gray or green to reflect it. Their feet are zygodactyl, each set of toes fused into opposing groups that work together like a precise gripping tool.
This grip is so secure that they can walk upside down, or withstand high winds, without being blown out of the canopy. Most chameleons also possess a prehensile tail, which acts as a fifth limb for balance and safety.
When not in use, the tail is often curled into a perfect spiral, a signature aesthetic of these reptiles.
You will often see them rocking back and forth while walking. This isn't poor balance, it's camouflage.
By mimicking the swaying of leaves in the wind, they prevent predators from recognizing them as a living animal.
Over half of the world's chameleon species are found in just one place, the island of Madagascar.
Here, they range from the size of a domestic cat to the Brookesia micra, which is small enough to perch on the head of a matchstick. The Parson's chameleon is a giant among its kind, living up to 20 years, a lifespan unheard of for most small lizards. While they look peaceful, they are fiercely territorial. When two males meet, the color war begins.
They flatten their bodies to look larger and flash blindingly bright colors to intimidate the rival.
If the colors don't work, physical combat ensues. It is a sumo wrestling match in the treetops.
The loser signals submission not by running, but by turning a dull, drab color, signaling, "I give up."
Communication isn't just for fighting. Males use head bobbing and specific color patterns to woo females.
If the female is already pregnant or uninterested, she displays non-receptive coloration, black with bright spots, warning him to stay away.
Outside of mating and fighting, chameleons are strictly solitary. They prefer a life of quiet isolation.
Like all reptiles, they shed their skin. But unlike snakes, chameleons shed in flaky patches.
Many species sport elaborate decorations. The Jackson's chameleon looks like a miniature triceratops with its 3 horns.
The large cask on the veiled chameleon helps collect dewdrops, funneling water down directly into its mouth.
It is easy to think of them as slow and primitive, but in the physics of their skin, you realize they are arguably more advanced than we are.
While most eat insects, large chameleons will take down birds, other lizards, and even small mammals.
They do not drink from pools of water. They rely entirely on licking dew and rain off leaves.
In captivity, dehydration is a common killer because they cannot recognize still water as a drink source. They are sun worshippers. They require specific UV wavelengths to process calcium, or their bones become brittle. Without sunlight, they suffer from metabolic bone disease, a tragic condition common in poorly kept pets.
Most species lay eggs. The female descends from the safety of the trees to dig a nest in the ground.
She lays a clutch of 20 to 100 eggs, buries them, and then leaves. Her job is done, the babies are on their own.
For some species like the Parsons, the eggs incubate underground for up to 2 years before hatching.
When they hatch, they are perfect miniatures of the adults, ready to hunt fruit flies immediately.
However, the Jackson's chameleon gives birth to live young, dropping them onto branches where they wake up and walk away.
The Labrad's chameleon holds a darker record. It lives for only 4 to 5 months, the shortest lifespan of any tetrapod. Incredible as it sounds, this species spends more of its existence inside the egg than outside of it.
When threatened by a predator, they can inflate their lungs and throat pouch to increase their apparent size.
This visual display is often accompanied by a loud, open-mouthed hiss, revealing a brightly colored mouth interior.
If intimidation fails, they will simply drop from the branch and play dead on the forest floor.
Despite their camouflage, they are hunted by snakes, birds, and even monkeys.
But their greatest threat is habitat loss. As the forests of Madagascar burn, the chameleon's range shrinks. The illegal pet trade also takes a toll, with thousands taken from the wild every year, many dying in transit. Responsible captive breeding programs are now essential to reduce the pressure on wild populations.
They are incredibly sensitive animals. Chronic stress from handling or poor environments suppresses their immune system rapidly.
They do not have an outer ear or ear opening. They are essentially deaf to airborne sounds.
Instead, they can detect low-frequency vibrations through the branches they stand on.
At night, when they sleep, they often turn very pale. Without the conscious control of their mood, their skin relaxes.
Recently, scientists discovered that some chameleons glow under UV light, their bones fluorescing through their skin.
This invisible glowing pattern may be yet another secret channel of communication in the dark forest.
Not all live in trees. The Namaqua chameleon stalks the dunes of the Namib Desert, running down prey on the ground.
It regulates its temperature by turning half its body white, to reflect sun, and the other half black to dump heat.
Their slow metabolism allows them to survive for long periods without food, waiting for the perfect opportunity. Engineers are now studying chameleon skin to create smart materials that change color for camouflage or energy efficiency.
Their tongue mechanism is also inspiring new designs in soft robotics for high-speed grabbing devices.
The chameleon has become a global symbol of adaptation, yet they are actually very specialized and fragile.
While most are in Africa and Madagascar, one species manages to survive in the wild in southern Europe. Escaped pets have established feral populations in places like Hawaii and Florida, disrupting local ecosystems.
There is something unnerving about their gaze. They seem to calculate every move with a robotic precision.
They are the masters of patience, in a world that is always rushing.
Looking at them is like looking back in time. They are miniature dragons that fit in the palm of your hand. But their slow pace makes them vulnerable in the modern world of fast cars and disappearing trees.
Conservationists are working tirelessly to preserve the unique pockets of forest these creatures call home.
To lose them would be to lose the most colorful storytellers in the animal kingdom.
The chameleon teaches us that sometimes the best way to survive is to survive, but to be the most audacious